Hey everyone, it's Patty from pspapercrafts, and I have some fun cards to make today. We're going to make a using different stamp set, but I wanted to show you these are some easel cards. So they just open up like this, and then you can fold them and put them in your envelope, and I hope you can see. So there's one, here's a second one. I think they're so cute, and at the end I'll take you through all the products for each of these. So I hope you can see them. I'm not sure how they look on camera here. So this is the third one. And I'll have project sheets with all the measurements and the products I used for each one of these. But let's make a different kind of card today. It's an easel card, but I'm using the flowering rainbow boots, or the flowering rain boots and the dies. And this one I'm going to make top folding. So it's going to be a little bit different. I have my pieces. I'm using a piece of the Abstract Beauty Designer Series paper. It's a specialty paper. And I just kind of look through all my papers to see which ones I like. And then I'm using the new Parakeet Party cardstock for it. So let me get started by just showing you how you fold it. So I have my piece of thick Whisper White cardstock, and let me get my trimmer. So I have my trimmer, and I'm going to score this in half like we would, which would be 5.5. So this is 4 1/4 by 11. The top folding, and I'll tell you how I did the other ones as well, the kind of horizontal look. And then we're going to do half of the 5 1/2, which is 2 3/4. So we're just going to go right up to 2 3/4, and we'll do that one as well. And that is our folds. And then I want to cut these pieces down to fit this right here. So this is a 4 by 6 piece of paper. This is how the pack comes, the Abstract Beauty. So the 4 is just perfect. And then I also want to do 2 1/2. So I have a little bit of a border. So we're just going to cut that at 2 1/2, and then I need a second piece at 2 1/2. Okay, and then this is just extra. I think that's all I needed to cut right now. So let's put this aside. Okay, and we're going to just fold this, and let me get my my bone folder here, because we want to have nice crisp edges. And then we're going to fold this one. And that's the base of our card. Now on these cards, so this is, you know, your normal side folding, I guess is what they call it. So this one is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and I scored it at 4 1/2, and that gets you your first fold. And then 2 1/8. So I came over to 2 1/8 and folded it this way. So it's the same idea. I wanted to use the rain boots, and you'll see it would be way too big for this. It's a very tall with the flowers and everything. So I thought, oh, I can't do it with this one, but this one gives you that height. Okay, so that's why I chose that. And I decided that I was going to use just a plain piece of cardstock on the inside layer and then do these. So I thought that was cute, kind of grass and sky. I don't know. Because I really couldn't find a coordinating paper in here that I thought would go with this card. With these, I found, you know, papers in all the packs that really went well together. And again, I'll take you through all those products at the end. So we want to put our pieces together, and I'm just going to get some liquid glue. And this paper, there's a lot of fun patterns. I just couldn't find 2 different patterns that I liked to go together. Let's get another glue. I have the ends of my glues that I try not to use on camera, but I should pay attention to what I'm doing. So let's just put this down. And this is Balmy Blue. And then we'll put the other one down. I just mushed it. Okay, and we'll put this one down as well. And these are very easy cards to bake. You just have to have something to hold it open. So you can use some kind of embellishment, or what I used was the sentiment label. So here we have our start. Let's put this in as well. So we'll just put this on the inside. I love this color, this new. It reminds me of Granny Apple Green, but it's actually a little bit different shade. So I didn't go live yesterday. I try to go live on Wednesdays at 1, but a good friend of mine ended up falling and breaking her hip, and she needed some help. So I had to go to the hospital and get her car and bring it. She went in an ambulance and all of that. So I just wanted to help her out. So I missed doing my live. Now I have this piece for up here. I'm going to just hold on to that for now, put it aside so we can stamp on it. Now let's get our stamping done. We're going to do the boots and the leaves and stems, the flowers, and then this pot and flowers. So we've got quite a bit of stamping to do. And I'm using Sweet Sorbet for the boots. I thought that would be pretty. So, and all of the cards I made, I used my mini. So all of these dies that coordinate work with the mini, which is really nice. So let's close this up. Trying to think if I have anything else for this. I did do this little, or I think I will use this. I'm not sure. We'll see. This little pack of seeds is what I think it's supposed to be. And then we want to do the leaves, and I'm doing these in Parakeet Party. And let's see if this will fit here. I think it will. There we go. And then I'm doing the flowers in Daffodil Delight. So we'll do another piece here. I just have some scraps. So we'll do the tulips, and then I'm also doing the daisies in Daffodil Delight. So I'll put this like this. And then the daisies, and then we just have a flower pot, and we'll have all our stamping done, and then we can do our die cutting. So I want to do the pot in Balmy Blue just to kind of tie it all together, and I have an idea of what I'm doing here, but I haven't made this card, so hopefully everything works out well. Let's put these aside, and now let me get my mini out. I have it right here, and we'll start with the rain boots. So let's put this down and get my dies out. So I haven't put my dies, and this whole set and the paper, they're retiring, I believe. They're not, I don't see them in the new catalog. So these are from the mini catalog. Let me just show you. This mini catalog, and the end of June, the products in here will retire. There is a new retirement list, which I have to get out. I've been so crazy trying to get my house ready. I had a photographer come today to take the video and the pictures. And when you do that, you have to have everything off every counter, and toothpaste, toothbrush, tissues, everything that you would use on a regular basis, you can't have out. So I have just been going crazy getting all of this ready. I'm going to have to do this separately because I think it's too close. So I I've been going a little nuts and I didn't realize that the retirement list is out. So if you're on my mailing list, I'm gonna go through and back because I don't want to bend this. I should have pushed it in a little bit. So if you're on my mailing list, I will send out information on the retiring list. So here we have our rain boots. So my craft room is cleaner than it's ever been, and I love it. I'm like, oh wow, it looks so nice. So I'm going to really make an effort to keep it clean. Not sure if I'm going to use that, but we'll give it a try. Now let's do the leaves here. And this one, you really have to get this stem and this. I kind of play with it until you get it all set. I love that the dies really hug close to the image, so it makes it nice and easy to figure out where to put the die. They used to be a little bit bigger, and sometimes you would be off. I'm still off sometimes, but not as bad. So let me just put these back so I don't lose them. So now we have our boots and our stems. And now let's put that aside and we're going to do the pot. I love that there's dies for all of these. So we'll put the pot here. And I like it in the balmy blue. It ties it together, but it's a pretty color. I love that we have the stamps. They've really done a good job with putting some like shades in, dark and light, so you can, it looks more realistic. Let's get the flowers, the daisies, and then we'll do the tulips. See if we can get this all done in one pass. I feel like I just moved it. There we go. Let's see if this will work. It might be too tight. I have to remember to really, when I'm doing multiple things, to not have them too close together. I think this will work. Let me get one more piece. And let's hope for the best here. And then we're done with our die cutting. It's a lot of die cutting, but it goes fast. Okay, let's take this off and we can put this right up there. Okay, so now we really have to just make our card, put it together. So let's get this. And we have to do a sentiment as well. And I'm going to try to figure that out, where I want to place things as we go. Okay, so what I was thinking is I would put the boots here with the flowers and have that so it will open and close like that. Now the key here is you can't put any glue at the top, so these have to really glue together nicely. So let's do that first. Let's glue these together. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here. And we have to make sure these stick good because they're not going to be glued down to the card. Okay. And this glue is strong, so once it's kind of dries, we're good. So this one goes like this. Okay, so let's put a little bit of glue just at the tops of these. And I should have my silicone mat out, but I put it away for the photographer, Everything was about the photographer today. And my poor dog, I had to bring him next door to my mom's. And she's got her dog, and my sister's moved in, so her dog is there. So we kind of had to keep them separated. They get along good. It's my dog that's the problem. So I'm going to turn this over and just let it set and dry. And we want to put this together. I think it looks like that. So I'm going to put a little glue here. And put this like this. So this is what's going to hold this up. So I want to make sure this is nice and glued. And then I'm going to use some of the foam adhesive. I'm really loving this, the foam adhesive sheets. And I actually did that for this. I actually I stamped it and I put this behind the cardstock. I stamped it first, layered this behind it, and then I cut it with my die cutting machine. And this whole thing is one big foam layer. So it's nice. I like it. So this one, I'm going to just really cut some pieces. So I'm thinking I probably could have die cut it, but it's a little bit different because it's a couple of pieces. So let me, I'm not good with eyeballing it. So I'm going to put this down here like this. I want it to be nice and strong and sturdy. Because this is what's going to hold up the easel. And you don't want it to show through, so you have to be kind of careful. And let's just get another, at this point I guess I could be using a dimensional, but let's see if this will fit in here nicely. Can't see anything in the front, so that's good. So let's get this down, and then I have to figure out the sentiment and where I want to put it, on the top or on the bottom. So we're going to put this right here, and that will hold that, right? And then let's put this down. You want to put it right like this. Okay, and again, we don't want to go past this, so we want to put everything down here. And I think I will put it flat. Whoops. So I'm going to just put some glue down here. And I want to make sure just press it down a little bit. So there we go, we're building our card. Can you see it? Pretty cool. Okay, so now I wanted to determine where I wanted to put this. Up here, down here. I want to put a sentiment down, and I thought I would do that. Where do I have it? It's the rain or shine, I'm here for you. So I'm going to do that in the red. Oops, that's not the red. Let's do that in the sweet sorbet. Rain or shine, I'm here for you. Okay, and I'm wondering if I want to I'm figuring this out as we go. It's a little bit big. I think I'm going to cut it down. So let me get my trimmer. I was thinking I would do, you know, like do a banner edge, but I think I'm just going to really cut it down close. I think I can even take some off of here. I probably should have done a smaller strip right from the get-go. And I think it's crooked. You know what? Let me just get a smaller strip. Okay, so I found a smaller strip. This is just about 3/4 of an inch. So I think that will work. I always save my strips when I cut down my paper. So let's try this again, because I think it will work better. I guess I could have done a different sentiment as well, but I like this one. Rain or shine, I'm here for you. And then we'll just cut this down. Okay, there we go. And I think I'll put it excuse me, flat, so that this is popped up over it a little bit. So I just put some liquid glue down and kind of just put it underneath a little bit. There we go. So then the other thing I want to do, let's see if we want to put this here. I think that would be cute there. So I'm going to do that with a little piece of this. Do I have one left? I do. Or you could use a dimensional. You could use a dimensional for all of it. You don't have to use this foam. Although I'm thinking that might be a little high, but I think that's okay. There we go. All right. Now the other thing I want to do is just get some gems. I want to put something right here just to secure this. Okay, so let's see what we have. I think I'll use the iridescent rhinestones, and I'll just get one of these, the middle size one, and just put it right here just to secure it a little bit. Whoops. And we'll put one here. And let's put a couple up here as well. I'll do another this size. I haven't got my new putty yet. I need to get that done. Okay. I keep saying I'm going to buy new putty, and then I put in my order and I forget to do it. So there we go. So it stands up nicely. Hopefully you can see it. Let's move this stuff out of the way, and let's do the inside layer. Now the inside, let me just make sure this is going to fit nicely. Yep, that'll do perfect. So on the inside, I think I'm going to do the pot and the flowers again. I'm not going to put a sentiment in. So we'll do a little balmy blue on the pot. We'll just put that right here. And then we'll do the Daffodil Delight again with the flowers. Now I'm wondering if the flowers are going to look okay. I think I'm going, as we continue, I think I'm going to stamp them and cut them out. So let me get another piece of that, and we'll do a quick cut of the flowers so they don't crash into. I probably should have masked the pot, but this will work out fine. So let's just grab this quick. So you're watching me make this on the fly. A lot of times I do things over and over again until I get what I like. So let's just put this down like this. And we'll run it through. And I'm just going to run it through and back, because I think this will be nice. No sentiment, but I like to have something on the inside. And then I'll tell you about all the other cards and the products I used. And then we'll be done. So I think this will be okay. Just want to make sure it doesn't hang over the card too much. Yep. So I'm going to move this. We'll do it again. If you want to see somebody who makes mistakes, watch my channel. Not that it's a mistake. I'm just trying to make it work. So we'll move this in just a little bit so we have room for the flowers. Perfect, right? And these we want to put down flat because this is the inside of the card. Although we have this popped up. That's all right. So we'll just put this like this. Aren't they pretty? And you can even put some rhinestones in there as well. And then we'll just line this right up. Okay, so this is where I would write my little sentiment. All right, so this is the one, the top folding one. So you'd put it in your mail in the envelope like this. And then the person, I think this would be great. And I'm going to actually send this to my friend who broke her hip, because I think she can put it, she's got to go to rehab. She can put it out and have it sit right out, sit up like that. So isn't that great? So let's go through the other cards I made. So this one, again, I have it folded here. So it's 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4 and 2 1/8. And again, I'm going to have a project sheet for each one of these. If you go to pspapercrafts.com, you can get all the details on each card. So this is so pretty. This one is, let me get the stuff. So this one I used the Cottage rose, and I did an extra set of flowers here, and I colored it with soft sea foam, dark soft sea foam, and then petal pink, and I put some of those rhinestones here. I did the best wishes, and I used the dies from All That Dies. This is that You're the Man, He's All That, the masculine one, and I think these are great dies. They really don't have a lot to do with the stamp set, but they're great for sentiments. So I think these are great. And on the inside, I just did a white sheet, and I do have the border, and I have the leaves again. So I used the Cottage flower dies for the big piece and the leaves. And then I used the Abigail rose paper, which is absolutely gorgeous. I love this. So pretty. And then I used the leaves. Just really beautiful paper. I love the colors and everything about it. So that is the first card. And the second card, I think, is adorable. This is the thanks. This little bear is waving and saying thanks. And this one I held up with some of the metallic, brushed metallic adhesive back dots. So I just put them across, 2 of them. I have the thanks here. I stamped and cut out the bear, the owl, and the stump. I used the dies for that. And this paper, I mean, look at this. You could just make a card, layer this on a piece of cardstock, put a sentiment on, and it's adorable. There's all these great papers in here. You have like the woods scene, the fun mushrooms. There's, of course, there's 2 sheets, and each one has 2 sides. This you can just cut and make scenes. You can cut these trees out. I almost cut the trees out for this, but I decided to use the die. So isn't this great? I used this on this card. That's the top part. And I love this. This could even be good for Christmas or fall. And the little stumps, so cute. Got a little snail here. And then this is the other side. And I love both sides of this paper. It's got some really great sides on the back. So this is what I used for the bottom part. So again, this is the card. I stamped some mushrooms and some greenery and just a thanks. I think it's adorable. Okay, so that is the other card, card number 3. I made 4 of these because I just having so much fun making them. So this is the last one, and this is a guy card. It could be for, well, this says happy birthday, but you could use it for Father's Day, which is coming up. I used some of the die cuts that you get in the paper. So you don't even need the stamp set with this paper. It's really amazing. I've made quite a few cards with it. And this is the theme of this month's tutorial. So I'm in a group where we have 12 demonstrators that make cards based on a suite, and this is the suite we use. So if you want to, if you purchase from me, you'll get the tutorial for free. Otherwise, you can purchase it from my blog, pspapercrafts.com, and go to tutorials, and you can purchase it right there. But isn't this great? So I just took this car and I cut some of those strips of the adhesive foam strip for this to hold it in place. And then I have one of these metallic. I used the copper because I thought it would go with the colors here. I stamped the inside, happy birthday to a classic, right on that strip. And then I used, this is actually the other side of this paper. So if you look at this paper, this is the one side, and then the car is the other side. And there's all these great, so there's barbecue, there's bow ties and more formal, the mustaches, and then there's a lot of great kind of masculine patterns. I love this. I made a card for my son for this for his birthday. But these are really fun punch outs. So it's really cool. And it just stands up like this. So these are the cards, and if you have any questions, you can leave me a comment or you can email me, patty@pspapercrafts.com. I hope you give it a try. It's a fun fold. It's called an easel fun fold card, and I hope you can see them the way I can see them. All right, but look on my blog. I'll have more pictures and stuff. You have a good day. Thanks. Bye.